feeling very, very welcomed in this world-class Superdome here. And the conversations that we've had since morning have all been on investment. The context setting, of course, has been on the stronger side as well. And we do understand that India and Saudi Arabia bring together a lot of collaboration opportunities going forward. And there is a hope that we perhaps are going to be returning every year with more and more strength here. But sir, I'll start with you first. And there is, we talked about ease of doing business in Saudi Arabia. Sir, I'll start with you. We've already seen about ease of doing business and the concept setting that has been done for it. But when it comes to India, are we talking about more incentives, tax leverages? Are we looking at more the Vision 2030? How does that include gem and jewelry within that?
على تنظيمهم اليوم. للأمانة كنا منتظرينه من فترة طويلة ويكون متوفر عندنا في المملكة العربية السعودية وخاصة في قطاع الأحجار الكريمة والمجوهرات. اليوم نعمل في المملكة العربية السعودية على تطوير قطاع الأحجار الكريمة بتحديث اللوائح وتقرير الشفافية والامتثال بالتعاون ما بين وزارة الصناعة والثروة المعدنية ووزارة التجارة. اللي نقوم فيه اليوم يمكن كان المفروض انه نقوم فيه من فترات طويلة جدا على ايجاد آليات وممكنات واضحة للأحجار الكريمة في المملكة العربية السعودية وصناعتها. هذا الأمر اليوم تتطرق له الدولة بشكل قوي. هدفها اليوم المملكة العربية السعودية انه نصنع لهذا القطاع مكانة عالية، يعني تتقلد المكانة للمملكة العربية السعودية اللي المفروض انه تكون عليها. طبعا المكانة، طبعا المملكة احنا العربية السعودية اليوم ما تطلع على قطاع الأحجار الكريمة لتطويره فقط. احنا اليوم نبني او نفضل ان نبني هذا القطاع ويكون له موقع عالمي يعكس مكانة المملكة العربية السعودية والاقتصاد العالمي. اليوم المملكة العربية السعودية تحت مظلة وزارة الصناعة والثروة المعدنية نعمل نحن اليوم كأفراد داخل القطاع مع وزارة الصناعة مع وزارة التجارة مشكورين على خلق تجربة فريدة من نوعها في المملكة العربية السعودية. نريد أن يكون لنا واقع ملموس مباشر بنقل الخبرات. اليوم دولة الهند مشكورة قدمت كثير من التجارب حول العالم، لها مركز قيادي متمكن عبر قرون، لها في نقدر نقول في موروثها الشعبي أنه تقوم بصياغة الأحجار الكريمة، لها نسبة 90% من قص الخامات وخاصة الدايموند والألماس على مستوى العالم. أعتقد نقل الخبرة من دولة الهند للمملكة العربية السعودية صار لابد أن يكون متطلب أساسي بحيث يكون هنالك تشارك ما بين الأعمال القائمة. اليوم المملكة العربية السعودية تزخر بكثير من المعادن الثمينة. لو بنتكلم على مستوى الخامات المعدنية الموجودة عندنا الذهب، الفضة، النحاس، النيكل متواجدة بكميات وفيرة ولله الحمد. كذلك لدينا أحجار كريمة متوفرة في المملكة العربية السعودية وبكميات اقتصادية نعتقد أنها جيدة. ينقصنا تداول الخبرة، نقل التجارب بالشكل الصحيح، فتح المجال للتدريب ونقل الخبرات للمملكة العربية السعودية، فتح المجال من الناحية التعليمية والتأهيلية وجمع الشتات بحيث يكون عندنا صناعة تعدينية فيما يخص الأحجار الكريمة بشكل مباشر. هذا الذي نحتاجه اليوم، وهذا الذي نطلبه من دولة الهند بأن تكون بيننا وبينهم تشاركية قوية جدا لفتح المجال للريادة. احنا لا نسحب البساط من أحد، ولكن نستطيع أن نكون رواد هذا المجال بإذن الله عز وجل.
I got that slightly feel late, so you have to forgive me because I did not understand the initial 5 or 7 minutes. But I do have a follow-up question on what I heard from you, and this is about, since we're looking at so many countries and Saudi Arabia is opening up, is there something special, since India is here in large numbers, is there something special that India can anticipate in sense of fast-track licenses perhaps, or some more incentives? Is that incoming? I'll ask the question again. I did hear you suggesting on how I did hear you say on how Saudi is working in a very strong way in sense of mining, and not just gold, but platinum, silver, and various other metals, including copper as well. But when it comes to India especially, and because there are so many Indians here in big numbers, are we anticipating more push with this collaboration in sense of fast-track licenses, tax incentives perhaps, more collaboration, ease of doing business? And when it comes to your vision 2030, where would you see gem and jewelry within that?
فيما يخص قطاع، نحن قد ممكن ابدا من اخر شيء ممكن في السؤال فيما يخص التراخيص. اليوم تحديث اللوائح الذي طرأ اليوم ونقل الاختصاص لوزارة الصناعة والثروة المعدنية، بعد أن كان هذا الاختصاص تحت وزارة التجارة في السابق في متابعة الأحجار الكريمة أو متابعة المصوغات الذهبية الموجودة في المملكة العربية السعودية. اليوم نقل الاختصاص لوزارة الصناعة والثروة المعدنية بالتشارك مع وزارة التجارة. فتح المجالات راح يكون واسع جدا، التطلع كبير جدا. اوريدي احنا جاهزين اليوم اصلا بمنصات الكترونيه متوفره تعمل على منح التراخيص التعدينيه وبشكل فعال، مجربه، مهيئه، جاهزه. لا يمنع دخول قطاع الاحجار الكريمه ضمن هذه المنصات بتسهيل الاجراءات، ولكن كان ينقصنا تشريع وتحديث نقول اللوائح على المصوغات القانونية الدولية، وهذا الذي كان يهمنا. ناهيك عن أنه في كثير من الأحجار الكريمة الموجودة في المملكة العربية السعودية لم تكن في الحسبان أنها قد تكون موجودة فعليا، لكن بعض عمليات الاستكشاف نقول الفردية أو من بعض أصحاب الشركات المتواجدين في المملكة العربية السعودية هم من دلونا على وجود تلك الخامات، ويسعون جاهدين اليوم على أن يكون هنالك نظام واضح وثابت يقرر أعمالهم ويخدمهم من باب تسهيل الإجراءات، المعاملة بالمثل، تقنين ومتابعة الرقابة، وهي من أهم الأمور اللي اليوم تقوم عليها وزارة الصناعة والثروة المعدنية فيما يخص الرقابة الصناعية وفيما يخص الرقابة في مداولة التجارة المباشرة على وزارة التجارة. الدمغة اليوم لابد أن تكون موجودة على كل عينة موجودة في محلات التجارية المباشرة. لابد أن يكون هنالك شهادة تعريف مباشر. هذه تعطي موثوقية عالية جدا للمستهلك، لأنه اليوم كلكم اليوم في هذا المنتدى والملتقى هو وجود لخدمة المستهلك المباشر. إذا رفعنا نسبة الموثوقية إلى درجات عليا وسقف عالي جدا راح نوصل إلى مستهلكين مباشرين واثقين في السوق المحلي. وهنالك ايضا بالعكس خروج بعض الخامات التعدينيه من المملكه العربيه السعوديه. احنا نقول اليوم المملكه ذخيره وفيها كثير من الخامات، والله لو تحدثت من اليوم الى ان ابد الابدين لا نكتفي. 48 معدن موجود في المملكه العربيه السعوديه، 48 معدن او خام متوفر في المملكه يدخل في الصناعات المباشره، في صناعات المجوهرات وغيرها من الصناعات التحويليه او الصناعات الدوليه اللي قائمه اليوم على مستوى العالم. انبهرت انا من كثير من العروض التي سبقت هذه الجلسه، وشدني احدها في احد في البرزنتيشن الاخير. كان مبهر بالنسبة لي فيما يخص الألماس واستخداماته واستخدامات الألماس في الصناعي وكيف تدخل في علم التقنية. يعني الأمر هذا وهذه الخبرة المفروض أنها تنقل باستمرار، ولن تنقل إلا في مثل هذه الندوات وهذه التجمعات. راح يكون للمملكة والهند بإذن الله عز وجل مستقبل يعني كبير جدا مبهر للعالم. لن أعطي وعود مباشرة بأننا راح نكون مسهلين الإجراءات، راح نكون حازمين في الإجراءات، ولكن هذا في النهاية يصب في مصلحة المستثمر والمستهلك.
Very well said, sir. Very, very spirited conversation there. Dr. Khan, let me come to you now. And from the vantage point that you stand, what is your sense on when you look at India and Saudi Arabia? And as Excellency said, that there's just so much collaboration that can be done. There is so much to give and take as well. Where do you see us standing right now, and where is it evolving towards?
Well, I would say that our economic relationship is one of our strongest pillars of our overall bilateral strategic partnership. And this relationship is growing, it is diversifying in trade, in investments, in collaborations. In fact, today India is the second largest trading partner for Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia is the fourth largest trading partner for India. And there are a number of institutional mechanisms that we have among us in the economic sectors which advance the cause of this collaboration and partnership. We have a strategic partnership council which is led by the leaders of both the countries, Honorable Prime Minister and His Royal Highness Crown Prince and the Prime Minister of the Kingdom. They had the strategic partnership committee, and under that there is a ministerial committee on the economic affairs, and that has a number of working groups which takes care of entire gamut of our economic partnership. At the same time, at the B2B level also there are huge interaction between Indian businesses and Saudi businesses, and in fact I just came to know today that the number of Indian companies which are registered in Saudi Arabia has crossed 5,000, and this number was about 500 5 years back, and about 2,700 in 2023. So in just 2 years it has become double, and in say about 5 years it has become almost 10 times. So this indicates that there are huge opportunities in the kingdom under the Vision 2030. There are huge opportunities in India as the Indian economy is growing fast. India is the fourth largest economy now. It will be the third largest economy in 2027. So there are huge opportunities of collaborations both at the government-to-government level and the business-to-business level.
Mr. Mahajan, just taking a leaf out of what Mr. Khan said, that we are growing, and the number that we've seen in Indian companies in Saudi Arabia clearly seems to be growing. For the longest time, India has championed its businesses in various other countries, in GCC, in Dubai, for example. What gives it to us now to actively start looking at that kind of a participation in Saudi Arabia?
I think from my side and from the government, we see a lot of opportunity for all our partners to grow together in this field. So you're absolutely right. For a long time for us, and even presently, Dubai in one sense has been central to especially for the jewelry industrial sector, and it has been a hub for our global re-exports also, and it has been central to our local and international network. But with the opening up of the Saudi Arabian economy, also the whole vision, new exciting opportunities in Saudi Arabia, so being the largest economy in this area with more than 1 trillion of GDP. So we think that both the parties, India and Saudi Arabia, if we take our partnership forward, we can really do well in this area. And this Sajex is the first step towards that, especially in the tell you that this is not the first. We will continue with the Sajex in the future. And, engage more deeply with Saudi Arabia in this field, and not only in this field, in other areas also of mutual interest. And Sajex shows our commitment towards this, and we actually value the collaboration that we have, and we are looking at Saudi Arabia as the next new big partner.
Mr. Mahajan, I asked this question to Saudi Arabia on what are they extending to India. So the same question to you, but in a reverse order this time around. So what is it that India is offering to Saudi Arabia when it comes to logistics, technology, transparency, incentives?
You see, India, if you look at India, so we have over the years opened up our industrial sector, and we have used our policies to make it more investor friendly. So at present, we have a 100% FDI policy in the single retail sector. So in addition to that, in terms of the infrastructure, so we are working on creating a world-class infrastructure. Specifically, if you look at the gems and jewellery sector, we have gems and jewellery parks. One, as Sajex was mentioning, there is a park that we are looking to develop in another in Mumbai. And in addition to that, there is a colored gemstone park that will come up in Jaipur. So, along with that, we are also developing world-class logistic hubs. So, plus, if you look at our policy reforms that we have done over the years, digitalization has been a very key focus for us. And through digitalization, we have been able to bring down the time and the complexities in any kind of approvals that were required. In addition, what India is looking at is to give an enabling environment where the investors can come over here and they can start their business over here and also grow with ease and with simplicity. And in addition to that, India also offers a very big domestic market. We have more than 140 crore population with a very big and growing middle class who is now spending, and they're also spending on luxury. And in addition to that, as we mentioned earlier by the earlier speakers, so we are now the 4th largest economy and soon will become the 3rd largest economy. So not only do we offer a very big domestic market, we also offer a very strong export ecosystem. So the investors who come into India have a combination of both the domestic market, and they can look to export from there.
Mr. Khan, when it comes from the diplomacy point of view, what is it that can smoothen this trade even more?
Well, this exhibition itself is the prime example of what diplomacy can do. We can bring people together. I think that is the most important thing. And I would say that by bringing people together, you can create opportunities for them to talk to each other, to interact, and to work at the opportunities which are there. And as I said, we have a very robust set of institutional mechanisms between our two countries, and we work very closely with various ministries in Saudi Arabia. And in fact, you would appreciate that today also we have got a huge support from so many ministries and organizations. We have colleagues from MISA, Ministry of Industry, GAFT, Ministry of Commerce, Foreign Affairs. All the chambers are here. So this is what diplomacy does. It brings people together, and then they will find a way, definitely.
That is very well said, because there has been a strong show of strength today in this event here. Princess Nora, what a pleasure to have you on this panel as well. So when we do, as I've been talking to everybody and asking them on how do we make it easier from here, what incentives can we work on, what is your sense from your point of view, what should be at the center of it all when we look at collaboration between Saudi Arabia and India?
I'm going to look at it. First of all, thank you very much for having me. I'm very, very happy to be at an event like this, finally, to see this kind of a turnout. And I am especially happy that our partners from India, who have been my partners for over 30 years in my personal business, are here, and we're very, very lucky to have you. If I look at it from my particular point of view, I'm looking at it with two hats on. As a jewelry designer, for me it just makes so much sense to be able to have my community, to have the entire ecosystem in one place closer to home, where I can really actually, through those initiatives that hopefully are coming, understand how we can work together with our partners better. I look at it as young jewelers who need access to experience. I look at it from the point of view of really building as the infrastructure that is needed, both in educational, both industrial, and all these different ways. These are simply things that we don't have. We have a generation of youth that is very large, mashallah. They're supremely talented. They are very, very committed. And we need to build that support system and to give them the opportunity to come out. And I can think of no better partner, actually, obviously. India is the leader of this industry, and I think that they are potentially the only people who could help us build that infrastructure.
Mrs. Nora, for the longest time we've known Saudi Arabia as a destination for gold, but we also what are talking about today is silver and platinum and diamond and colored gemstones.
And turquoise.
So how are we looking at all of these markets penetrating into the country?
For me, it's having said, I don't like to use numbers very much, but having been in the business over 30 years, to be at this point where we are now understanding the potential, to understand the resources that we have, and then being able to actually work on them with all the initiatives. The government has been working for a long time, and we are very, very close now to seeing dreams fulfilled.
How would you see Saudi Arabia designers actually make world stage their home from here? What is it they need?
So there actually are designers now on the world stage, both in fashion and in jewelry, who have been working for quite a long time, who sell internationally, who participate in all the exhibitions, and who are doing quite well. But for them to be able to have the entire journey, let's say, through manufacturing, through sourcing, through everything, based in Saudi, that would be a real game changer, I think.
Since you've spoken about opportunities quite a bit, what is about challenges that you see when you look at this partnership? Mr. Majan, let's start with you. What is it that you see a challenge? What really needs to be worked upon, whether it comes in from India's side or from Saudi Arabia?
I think I believe in converting challenges into opportunities. So I think Sajex is one of the ways that we would like to overcome the challenges that we are having by increasing business-to-business contact also, and also as the economy of Saudi Arabia opens up. So looking at investment happening both ways from India and into Saudi Arabia also. So I think this whole partnership is about overcoming these challenges, and I am very sure that I really don't foresee too much of a difficulty in making this vision come true. So whatever challenges are there, as our Excellency Ambassador has mentioned, through diplomacy and through business-to-business contacts, and through events like that, and through government interaction, we will be able to overcome all of them. That is my thinking, and that is what we are looking at.
How would you say our government-to-government interactions right now, and what really needs to be worked in that sense too?
Yes, so whatever issues that we are facing in any bilateral relations, in any trade, you will have those little bit of pinpricks. So a regular interaction with them, understanding the needs of the business people, understanding the needs of the investors, and trying to, at the government level, bring in all the stakeholders together and trying to resolve those is the need of the hour, and I think on both the sides we are up to the challenge, and we are ensuring that.
Dr. Khan, this same question to you as well. All countries have their own visions. Saudi Arabia has a vision 2030, we have 2047 and 2030. How do you see countries coming together with their own individual visions?
Of course, as I said in the beginning, that the number of Indian companies in Saudi Arabia has really grown multifold ever since the Vision 2030 was launched. This itself indicates that there are opportunities where people are coming and they are ready to to find partnerships in those opportunities. Also, you talked about the challenges. So the thing is that we are very closely working with various ministries locally here. Like if there is an investor and if he faces any issues, we go to NISA. If we need business visas and there are some issues, we go to GAF. There is any trade-related issue, we go to GAF. So these are the channels that we work very closely, and we are able to address all these issues. At a larger level, say, to promote the Saudi investments into India and to address certain issues, we made something called as the High-Level Task Force on Investment. And this is a high-level body which is co-chaired by the Principal Secretary of Honorable Prime Minister in India, and from the Saudi side it is co-chaired by His Royal Highness Energy Minister. So this is again a high-level forum through which we are trying to address larger issues pertaining to investment facilitation. So there are these mechanisms that we continuously to work on to not only facilitate but also overcome challenges if they are any.
Just since you're holding the mic, sir, there's a Vision 2030 that Saudi Arabia is working with. I know we work with various countries, and is there a vision that we are working with Saudi Arabia as well? Are there any targets that we are working with? The kind of growth that you just mentioned about, how sustainable do you see that going forward?
Well, we are constantly working together because we complement each other, and because of the geographical proximity, because of a strong presence of Indian diaspora in Saudi Arabia, because of our very, very long history of trade and people-to-people linkages. And say, for example, one thing we have noticed that in the last 2 years, the number of people working in the kingdom has also been growing very significantly. It again indicates that how the Vision 2030 is attracting more and more people to come here and participate in the projects. The number of travelers between the two sides is increasing. Number of the Saudi investments in India and the Saudi companies who are working in India also is increasing. In fact, there is one very successful company which has recently entered the Indian market into a very niche kind of IT services, and they are doing very good. There are investments in e-mobility in India. There is investments in innovation in India, and of course there are investments in oil sector. Recently, during the Honorable Prime Minister's visit, we announced 2 joint oil refineries to be set up in India. So there are so many things happening together, so which will help us realize our vision, Saudi's vision. In fact, we'll realize our visions together, if I may say.
This one is to you. So, same question. I'll put it separately to you, differently rather. We've talked about opportunities, but when it comes to challenges, when it comes to managing or mitigating risks, how would you take the step forward?
I think, to be honest, the risks at the moment are far less than they were when I started. So I think there is a development, definitely an improvement. I think I feel very fortunate because at the moment I exist in a space where my government is solving my problems for me and bringing in other countries and partners and able to do that. I have to say today, I interrogated this gentleman to my left and every question I had he answered very clearly, and everything that I thought nobody was looking at, they are just about to announce, and better even. So I maybe felt a little differently yesterday than I do today. Today the sun is shining, the skies are blue, and I just need them to speed up.
All right, we'll wind this down with your comments on this then, as Princess Nora said that it clearly has been about a lot of good points here. All my panelists have talked only positive here. Of course, there are challenges, but everybody is ready to mitigate them, work on them with the government and at all levels there. What is it that you would want to think or put it as your priority right now that needs to be worked upon if both the countries have to work out their businesses even better from where we are right now?
طيب اشكر سمو الاميره على ما قدمته يعني ومدحي في بعض الامور، ولكن والله العظيم انا اتكلم بكل صدق وكل اريحيه. انا ارد بالشيء الذي يلتزم عليه ان ارد فيه، لانه القياده لدينا وكلتنا بهذا الامر، بان نكون شفافين في اعمالنا ومنجزين لها بكل حب. اليوم انا افتخر اني ابن هذا البلد، افتخر اني سعودي، لاني اقوم بتحقيق مستهدفات 2030. اليوم احنا ننظر للمستهدفات بكل وضوح، وهي تتحقق على ارض الواقع قبل تاريخ الموعود اللي هو 2030. احنا اليوم في 2025، ولكن تحققت كثير من المنجزات يعني التي نقول ابهرت العالم. فما بالك في ابناء الشعب المباشر الذين انبهروا من هذا الامر في كل المجالات، في كل القطاعات، في التعليم، في الطب، في الصناعه، في الزراعه، في السياحه، في كل المجالات. في كل سنه يحدث جديد. اليوم انا اطلعت على بعض اللقاءات والبرزنتيشن المقدمه من بعض الجهات مشكورين في وزاره الاستثمار. انا انبهرت مما هو في بلدي وانا ابن البلد، وما بالكم في مثل هذه المحافل التي تعرض. للامانه في تصارع كبير جدا لتحقيق الاهداف. احنا ما نتكلم عن الامور اكون يعني باكثر وضوح. اليوم تحقيق الاهداف مستلزم رئيسي على كل شاب وشابه في المملكه العربيه السعوديه. تذليل الصعاب امام بوجود التقنيات. اليوم التقنيات الحديثه متوفره. لا ننكر أن اليوم التقنية خدمت كثيرا في كثير من المجالات، خاصة في قطاع الصناعة والفنون المعدنية، أو في قطاع نقول مثلا الأحجار الكريمة، في قطاع الذهب. في اليوم وإحنا نتكلم يوجد منافسة قائمة أونلاين مفتوحة لكل العالم على مواقع الانتهاء، حققت أرقام قياسية أونلاين. أصبحت أمور التعلم، أمور التجارة أصبحت أعتقد أنها تكسر كثير من المصاعب اللي تكلموا عنها بعض الإخوان في هذه الجلسة. اليوم أنا ما أحتاج أن آخذ فيز على أساس أنتقل بتجارتي من موقع إلى آخر، لكن أحتاج أن يكون في معاهدات موقعة، اتفاقيات مباشرة ما بين الدول، ونسبة موثوقية عالية. هذا ما نبحث عنه اليوم، هذا ما نرجوه. أما في باقي الأمور فيما يخص اللوائح فهي تحدث، ليست كتابا منزلا، تحدث على حسب الاحتياج. نحن أرجع وأقول مرتين، نحن صارمون في وضع آليات مشددة، لأن هذا النوع الخاص من التجارة يسهل فيها الغش، يسهل فيها التلاعب. فمن المهم أن نكون صارمين في الإجراءات. أخذنا الإجراءات والمعايير الدولية، وضعنا على عاتقنا أن نضع معايير أصلب وأقوى لكي يكون لنا نسبة موثوقية أقوى، سواء في الشريك المتعامل معنا أو في الناتج المحلي سيكون بإذن الله عز وجل من أرض المملكة العربية السعودية. لا أرى أنه اليوم هو وقت أن نتكلم عن تحديات. سمو ولي العهد أزاح جميع التحديات الموجودة لنا، سواء على المستوى الداخلي أو الخارجي. فلا نذكر التحديات ونتكلم عنها بتشاؤم. نحتاج أن نكون واثقين في أنفسنا أولا كمجتمع، كمجتمع يعيش على هذه الأرض، لنتشارك الأفكار والخبرات. أنا هذا أطالب فيه وبقوة، لنتشارك الأفكار والخبرات بقدر المستطاع لينجح الكل. اليوم التقنيات الموجودة في بلاد العالم نستطيع أن ننقلها لبلدنا بشكل مباشر. تقنية AI اليوم فتحت جميع المجالات في نقل التقنيات، ولكن نحتاج الأشخاص المباشرين لينقلون التقنية بحب. هذا ما نحتاجه. شكرا لك.
That clearly has been a very, very high point, as we've learned from the panel that it is about aspirations and inspirations that we've seen when it comes to trade. And as he said that most of the regulations which were not working in favor have been changed, are evolving, and the only thing that they look out forward is more inspiration, not challenges. On that very, very high note, thank you so much for joining in on this panel with your sense on how the work can go ahead with collaboration between the two countries, whether it's from diplomatic sense or government at various levels, the work is being done, and the coming years will only see more growth. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I would request all the panelists to be there for a photo op. Also, I would request our chairman to please kindly come on the stage to give away the token of appreciation. Also, with Nilesh Bhai, if you could please come up. Thank you very much. Also, Chairman would like to felicitate the Royal Highness. Thank you very much, Madam, for being here. Also, Mr. Ahmed, thank you very much for being there, so we'd like to honor you as well. His Excellency, please, thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much. Now we move on to the next panel. And this panel is very interesting. It's all about retail and manufacturing. As we know that GCC moves around retail and manufacturing, we have the retail stalwarts for this panel. So I would request Ms. Manisha to stay here. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I would like to call upon Mr.